He stops a couple of paces before him and looks at him. Jesus returns the glance, gravely, but encouraging him at the same time by means of a smile, which is not formed by his lips or his eyes, and yet is visible. He stares at James, as if he wanted to read the slightest reaction and emotion of his cousin and apostle, who, feeling as on the previous day that he is about to receive a revelation, turns pale and becomes even paler until he is as white as his linen tunic when Jesus raises his arms and lays his hands on his shoulders and remains thus, with arms stretched forth. James then looks just like a sacred host, only his mild dark brown eyes and his brown beard give some colour to his expectant face. James, my brother, do you know why I wanted you here, all by ourselves, to speak to you after hours of prayer and meditation? James seems to find it difficult to reply, as he is so deeply moved. But at last he replies in a low voice, to give me a special lesson, or with regard to the future, or because I'm the least capable of all. I thank you from this moment, even if it is for a reproach. But believe me, my Master and Lord, if I am slow and incapable, it is due to inborn deficiency, not to poor will. It is not a reproach, but a lesson for the time when I shall no longer be with you. During the last months, you have pondered in your heart over what I told you one day at the foot of this mountain, when I promised to come here with you, not only to speak of the prophet Elijah, and to watch the infinite sea shining over there, but to speak to you of another sea, greater, more changeable and untrustworthy than this one, which today looks like the most placid of all seas, and yet in a few hours it may swallow boats and men in its voracious hunger. And you have always linked what I told you then to the idea that your coming here had some connection with your future destiny. In fact, you are now becoming paler and paler as you realise that it is a grave destiny, a heritage full of such responsibility as to cause even a hero to tremble, a responsibility and a mission to be fulfilled with all the holiness that is possible in man in order not to disappoint the will of God. Be not afraid, James. I do not want your ruin. Therefore, if I destine you to it, it means that I know that you will not receive any harm from it, but only supernatural joy. Listen, James. Set your heart at rest through a fine act of abandonment to me, so that you may be able to hear and remember my words. Never again shall we be all alone as we are now, and with our souls so prepared to understand each other. I will go one day, like every man who has a limited period of time to stay on the earth. My stay will come to an end in a way that is different from that of other men, but it will still come to an end, and you will no longer have me with you, except through my spirit, which I can assure you will never desert you.